What's up, CrossFit Linchpin? Today is September 23rd. It's a Monday, I believe. I believe it's a weekday. And I was just in Whistler, Canada over the weekend. We had the 10-year affiliate gathering at a resort in Whistler, and it was extraordinary. It was fantastic. There was affiliates that were 10, 11, 12 years old from all around the world, all in one place, sharing stories, best practices. I did a lot of catching up with people that I hadn't seen in 5 to 12 years, or, I put them through their level 1 in 2009 at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany or something like that, and it was quite a trip down memory lane. It was very cool to see so many people from all over the world. And I've never been to Whistler, and it's absolutely gorgeous up there. But anyway, back home, back at the grind. I still need to do that 15, 12, 9 hang power clean overhead squat workout sometime today. That's looming in my future. And a while ago, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I put out one of those deals on the Instagram story where I asked topics that people would like to hear discussed in a video, and you could type in whatever you wanted to. People wrote in all kinds of things. I didn't just throw those in the trash. I addressed some, but then I screenshotted a whole bunch of them so that I would have them in my photos to look at later on. And I was scanning my photos, saw them, and I was like, one of them fits very well for today. So somebody asked a question back when I posted that inquiry, saying, do I have any advice, recommendations, tips, or tricks for finding motivation when you work out alone? Obviously, this individual was struggling with it, works out alone, is demotivated, doesn't want to do it, and so I figured I could address that today for sure, because that's the overwhelming majority of the time in my life. I work out alone, 19 days out of 20 probably, just in my garage, walk out there when I can. And I guess I should let the cat out of the bag first. I don't have any fancy tips or tricks. The truth of the matter is, every day it's challenging for me to walk out there and do that. I don't know if that shocks people, but as always, I'm very big on trying to be honest here. And I've said this in the past, so if you've been around for a bit, it won't surprise you. I don't enjoy working out. I don't enjoy it. Results are largely yielded through intensity. Intensity is pretty closely linked to discomfort, and like most sane and rational human beings, I don't enjoy discomfort. And so, by its very nature, I don't enjoy intensity. And constantly varied functional moves at high intensity get you really fit, but it's the high intensity piece there that's just it's a real pain in the hindquarters. So walking out there every day knowing that I have to put myself into a level of discomfort appropriately, within the confines of safety and all that other good stuff, and that's where I'm going to get a tremendous amount of benefit. It's very rarely something that I just look forward to, and it's the highlight of my day. So every day, I guess through nothing fancy, just through some good old-fashioned discipline, I walk out there, I warm up, and I work out, and I get out of there. And these days, it's a cliche, and there's books and banners and memes about finding your why and all that, and your why is probably just the 2019 way of asking what your motivation is, what your drive is, why do you do it. And so for me personally, I don't live to work out. I don't live to be in the gym at all. So instead of, I don't live to work out, I work out to live. And ideally, I work out to live better, to improve my quality of life, to keep my joints strong and healthy over a full range of motion. For me, to be able to, get up and down off the ground, to pick things up, put them over my shoulder, to carry things, to go hiking, to, wrestle with my kids. If they want to go to a soccer field and play soccer for an hour, that's basically an hour's worth of wind sprints, which is nothing for a 9-year-old, and it's quite different when you're 44. And so to have that capacity to basically walking out into the gym, doing CrossFit every day, exposing myself to things that I don't particularly enjoy in the moment, I do those every day, and the thought that keeps me walking out into the gym is I want to have the ability to say yes to things. That's probably the easiest way that I can say it. I want to say yes to practicing soccer. I want to say yes to the hike. I want to say yes to wrestling around with my boys. I want to be able to say yes. And so in order to say yes, and hopefully to be able to say yes for as long as humanly possible, I need to train smart, I need to train efficiently, and I need to keep walking out into that garage on fun days and rainy days and cold days and whatever, and get something in. So that's that. That's why and how I do that. And also, I guess it's not crazy or corny, but a big part of consistency and a big part of doing it every day, of accountability is maybe a good way to put it, is community. I mean, that's a huge part of why CrossFit is so successful. Not only does constantly varied functional movements at high intensity produce a fitness unlike anything else, and that is true, but the sustainability and the ability that CrossFit has to keep people motivated and engaged week after week, year after year, so it's not just some New Year's resolution that fades away, is through the community aspect. I mean, you show up for your buddy. You show up because they're expecting you to be there and you're expecting them to be there, and vice versa, and you're going to cheer for them and they're going to cheer for you. So the community aspect is a very big deal. Now, one could say that that's what's lacking when I'm solo in my garage, and to a point, that's quite true. And it's a wacky world that we live in 2019, but it's bizarre, but it works. But online, there is something there where I engage and interact with a global community online every day that is expecting me to work out. And I'm expecting them to work out. And we're expected to share our stories back and forth, and share our times, and share how we scaled it in some way if we did. And what did we learn that day? Did we have a good day in the gym? Did we have a bad day? Were we not feeling it? Whatever those normal things are that you would share face to face, with somebody. If you walked into a actual physical location, I mean, you can share those things electronically as well. There is a good use for social media. So if that helps you in a positive way build and grow and gets you in the door on a regular basis, I would encourage you to do that. So yeah, the community aspect is huge. The accountability aspect is huge. And I mean, that's a big part of what makes me happy about the Instagram account for CrossFit Linchpin. I mean, people post their times, and they're very vulnerable and authentic there, and actual friendships have formed, and people support each other and laugh and joke, and that's super cool. And that obviously happens to an infinitely greater degree on the private Facebook group for the private track. I mean, that's a no joke, real world global community where all these things are shared and videos are shared, and it's good stuff. But find whatever you need to do to get your butt in the gym every day. And I think that's it, unless I missed any questions. I liked that question about training alone. How do you find that motivation? So let's see, let me scroll back. This is the part where I get awkwardly close to the camera and see if I missed anything. It's a bunch of waves. Love the waves back. Pete Wan, you don't enjoy it either, huh? Discipline, motivation. Yep, I understand. Trust me on that one. Okay, I thought that I did miss something. Here we go. Music. Okay, yeah, good old rock CrossFit playlist on Spotify gets me going. Yeah, for sure. Music is a big piece, and I also, when you guys see me work out, it's usually without music, like the other day when I did Jackie, but just because when I do it live from my garage there, I don't want Instagram to shut it down for some music licensing thing. So when I'm by myself, I put on music, and when I do a workout live on Instagram, it's usually without music. And I will actually say, just for me personally, my role with CrossFit Linchpin, that is a level of accountability as well. If every now and then I know that I'm going to click on the camera and be vulnerable and work out in front of however many people happen to watch it, I need to keep walking into the gym every day so that I don't fall off the wagon and I can represent appropriately and do all that good stuff. So everybody can find their level of commitment and accountability in one way, shape, or form. So that's that. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to make my way into the gym shortly to do the 15-12-9 hang power clean and overhead squat, and we will talk later.